Hello everyone, Cinema Jack is in touch and today I will tell you about the 13th and 14th episodes of the 11th season of the Walking Dead series. For a better understanding of what is happening, I advise you to look at the retelling of the previous series using the links in the description. Elijah and Mark are guarding the gates of the hilltop. Lydia tells them that she has decided to join the Commonwealth. Elijah notices that many people are leaving. A stranger soaked in blood rides up on a horse and then falls off it. He gives Lydia a map and says there is a massacre going on here and is dying. Maggie studies the stranger's map, but says they don't have enough resources to help whoever sent him. Lydia, Elijah and Mark decide to go to the aid of the stranger's group themselves. Maggie changes her mind and accompanies Lydia and Elijah on their mission, while Mark stays behind. On the way, Lydia asks Maggie why she refused to accept help from the Commonwealth. Maggie says that a corporate farm developer once tried to buy out her father's farm, but her father refused their offers, even when they were desperate, and in the end they got back on their feet. She says that the Commonwealth has not been tested for many years and that she does not want to be there when they are finally tested. They meet several converted Commonwealth soldiers and kill the walkers. Maggie's group examines the paratroopers and discovers that they have been killed. Aaron notices them on the road and runs across it. Flashback to a week ago, Aaron visits Gabriel at the Commonwealth Church, where he preaches a sermon. Gabriel encourages his parishioners to open up to each other. Aaron tells Gabriel that the Commonwealth has asked him to help with a new immigration initiative. He asks Gabriel for help in establishing contacts with a religious group of settlers trapped in a complex of buildings. A young man named Jesse tells Aaron that their boss Carlson is ready. This young man is the rider who will later die at the gates of Hilltop. Aaron assures Gabriel that the settlers have been recognized as friendly. Carlson inspects the complex with binoculars. Aaron notices that the building doesn't look as friendly as he was told, but assures Gabriel that Commonwealth soldiers will be with them. Carlson informs them that the soldiers are staying away so as not to scare off the settlers. Gabriel and Aaron refuse to come in, but Carlson says it's out of the question. A woman comes out and collects their weapons before letting them in. The woman directs Aaron's group into a room along a dark corridor. Inside the room, the supervisor, Jan, orders them to sit down. Aaron talks about the fellowship and invites Ian's group to join them. Ian shows them a collection of skull raiders who came to kill his group. He fires a pistol and orders them to kneel, fearing that they have come to eat his people. Aaron insists that they are not cannibals, and offers to leave if they are released. And agrees, but Carlson grabs the gun from him and shoots him. Hornsby calls Carlson to his office. Hornsby explains that the convoy with weapons and cargo was heading to 3 settlements when it was captured by a religious group. Hornsby orders Carlson to lead the cargo recovery operation. Carlson tells Hornsby that he is no longer an assassin, but Hornsby threatens to ruin Carlson's life if he refuses. He offers Carlson to take Gabriel and Aaron with him. In the present tense, Carlson interrogates Ian and demands to know where the weapons and cargo are located. Ian says he has no idea what Carlson is talking about. Carlson beats him up. Gabriel punches Carlson, causing the police to handcuff him. Carlson shoots Ian and then runs outside after hearing Jesse running away on a horse. The soldier shoots Jesse, but Aaron punches him in the face before he can fire again. Returning to the house, Carlson discovers that Gabriel has escaped and his guard is dead. After Aaron tells his story to Maggie's group, Maggie wonders why the Commonwealth had so many guns. She looks at Jesse's blood-soaked map to find a route to the Commonwealth. Aaron asks where she got the card from. Maggie says it's the card Aaron gave Jesse, but Aaron says he never gave Jesse the card. In a flashback that happened 12 hours ago, Jesse runs out of the complex to untie his horse. Negan comes out of the woods with a friend named Annie and realizes that Aaron and Gabriel are in the complex. Negan gives Jesse a map of the Hilton and asks him to tell Maggie that Gabriel and Aaron are in trouble. Jesse gets on the horse. Negan and Annie sneak into the building and eavesdrop on Carlson's conversation with Aaron. When Carlson runs outside, Annie kills Gabriel's guard, and Negan cuts Gabriel's bonds. They're running away. Carlson finds a dead guard. Carlson tells the residents of the complex that they are enemies of the Commonwealth because they stole from his community. Negan, Gabriel and Annie are hiding in a room with other residents of the complex. Annie tells Gabriel that she knows nothing about the stolen weapons. Carlson interrogates two hostages on the roof of the building and pushes them off the edge after they insist they know nothing about the stolen goods. One by one, he throws the hostages off the roof. Negan's group hears the screams of the victims falling down. Carlson orders his soldiers to kill anyone who doesn't want to talk. Annie tells her group to stick together and reminds them that they know the building better than the soldiers. A dead Commonwealth soldier lies in the corridor of the complex. Carlson is trying to get in touch with him on the radio. Maggie turns off the walkie-talkie and hides the body with the help of Aaron, Lydia and Elijah. They make their way up the stairs. Carlson looks at the dead hostages he pushed off the roof of an apartment complex. The bodies begin to come to life. He radioed Hornsby to tell him that the place was safe and that they were looking for the seized goods. Maggie, Aaron, Lydia and Elijah hide while Carlson leads the group through the complex, shooting the residents. In the Commonwealth, Carol meets Daryl on her way to work. They make an appointment for lunch. Daryl and Rosita get a task from their boss. Sebastian walks into the police station with his girlfriend. He brags to the soldiers that he is fighting walkers, and invites Daryl to comment on his abilities. Daryl half-seriously claps his hands, causing the paratroopers to laugh. Paratroopers Alvis and Castle distract Rosita and Daryl from their mission to investigate a herd of walkers on the northern perimeter. Maggie's group runs into Annie during a search of the apartment. To their surprise, Negan appears. They are led to a secret room where Gabriel and other residents are hiding. Annie suggests that they split into teams and comb through each floor to rescue the survivors. She leaves with Maggie, and Negan stays behind. Alvis and Castle lead Daryl and Rosita to the northern perimeter. Sebastian joins them and orders Daryl and Rosita to get a stash of money hidden in a house on the other side of the herd. He says he needs money because Pamela has cut off his credit line. Daryl and Rosita reluctantly agree to help after Sebastian threatens their children. Rosita and Daryl cover themselves with the guts of walkers and sneak unnoticed through the herd. They enter the house and find the room where the money is hidden. A woman named April knocks on the door from inside a locked room. She explains that she is the only survivor of a group of people who were sent earlier to find the money. She says one person offered to help her get out of debt if she could get the money. Negan tells Aaron's group that he is married to Anna. Gabriel insists that they did not know Carlson's ulterior motives when they arrived at the complex. Annie contacts Negan on the radio and orders the group to mobilize. Negan sees something disturbing outside the window. The paratrooper drags Herschel inside the complex, discovering that he is hiding in a truck. Negan kills the soldier and saves the ferry. Maggie and Don't hide while Carlson's team continues to comb the complex. Annie finds out that she is pregnant with Negan's child. Negan calls Neparatia to inform her that the soldiers have found Herschel, but he swears to protect him. Maggie asks why I'm not with Negan, even though she knows about his actions. Annie replies that they have all done things they are not proud of, and now they can only try to become better. Herschel asks Negan why Maggie doesn't like him. Negan admits that he used to be a bad person. Herschel points a gun at Nig and guesses that he killed Glenn. Negan confirms that he killed Glenn, but warns Herschel that a pistol shot will alert the paratroopers to their whereabouts. Herschel lowers the gun. Daryl turns on the generator in the garage to power the keyboard. He's fighting off walkers. Rosita enters the key code and enters the room. An alarm goes off, attracting walkers into the room. Rosita destroys the alarm system, and Daryl opens the safe and puts the money in the bag. They're barricading the door from walkers. Daryl's group hears gunfire in the house. Mercer and Carol rescue them. Carol says she found Mercer after Daryl didn't show up for their lunch date. Rosita and April explain that Sebastian sent them to the house to get cash for him. Daryl's group quietly sneaks past the walkers in the house, hiding behind the walkers' guts to hide their smell. April accidentally attracts attention to herself, and she is devoured. The group is killing walkers. Carlson leads the soldiers through the building. Maggie and Annie radio Gabriel and Aaron and propose a plan. Carlson's group storms the apartment and finds nothing. Carlson notices shoe prints leading to the secret room. Before he can investigate, he hears gunshots. Carlson's team chases Gabriel and Aaron on the roof and corners them. Elijah sneaks up and kills the paratroopers. Aaron shoots Carlson, who falls from the roof and lands next to the bodies of the dead hostages. They revive and eat Carlson alive. Daryl's group meets with Alvis and Castle and learns that Sebastian has already sent 30 or 40 people to look for money. Mercer shoots Alvis and Castle, and then orders Rosita and Daryl to give the money to Sebastian, otherwise he will come for them. Daryl and Rosita deliver the money to Sebastian at the police station. Sebastina gives them a small part of the money and leaves. Horn's PSI tries to contact Carlson Parade, but gets no response. Carol visits him to tell him that Sebastian has been sending desperate residents for cash. She understands that Hornsby already knew about this and does not mind. Hornsby says that everyone should contribute and explains that he was just trying to help people who themselves got into a bad situation. Carol pretends to agree. Negan confesses to Herschel that they have unfinished business. He advises Herschel to help Maggie rebuild their community, and then come to him a few years later to settle the score. Maggie tells Aaron and Gabriel that they cannot return to the Commonwealth, but Aaron says Hornsby will want to know what happened. They wonder who hijacked the Commonwealth convoy. Memories of the events of 2 weeks ago. Soldiers from the Commonwealth convoy are lying dead on the ground. The wounded soldier tries to crawl away, the hijacker cuts his throat. This is Leah.